You might remember hearing about Dylan Bates earlier this month. He's the state representative accused of sexual misconduct with former students. Hi, everybody. I'm Lee Goldberg.
And I'm Lindsay Mills. The allegation sparked dozens of conversations online. Many of you asking how could something like this happen. Samantha York is here now, and almost 2 weeks after an online article accusing Bates, he's now stepping down.
Yeah, guys, Bates had already announced that he would be stepping down from his coaching position at Massabesic High School, but early this morning a statement was released saying that he'd be stepping down from his role as a state representative and focusing on clearing his name.
I will be resigning my seat in the 128th Maine Legislature effective tomorrow, August 20th, the email read. Signed, Dylan Bates. Bates, who is also a theater teacher and coach, made headlines earlier this month after allegations of sexual misconduct with his former students surfaced. Allegations Bates continues to deny, claiming they are baseless and there is no evidence to support them. But 2 weeks ago, Bates resigned from his coaching position at Massabesic High School, and now he's stepping down from his role within the legislature.
How you doing?
I'm Samantha.
Bates did answer his door Monday afternoon, but referred everything to his lawyer, Walt McKee. A statement released by McKee back on August 10th reads, quote, "It is hard to imagine that in this day and age, mere rumors in an article that only quotes an anonymous source could generate such a hue and cry." Going on to say the fact that Dylan decided to resign from his coaching position so his athletes in the school would not suffer from the media firestorm is somehow viewed now as an admission of guilt. He adds, at the end of the day, Dylan knows he did nothing wrong. Given that he has no way of defending against the anonymous attacks, that will just have to be his sole and small solace.
I am not able to say anything, I'm sorry.
And though he and his attorney continue to deny the allegations against him, Portland police confirmed they have, in fact, received reports against Bates, saying an investigation was completed and the case is closed pending further developments.
So Bates's resignation comes just days after there was talk of an ethics investigation. And if there's any type of pending lawsuit that's happening right now, we're not sure about, but we'll continue to follow the story. Guys, back to you.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. So I have been off for the last 3 weeks as the latest and greatest of the Goldberg children have arrived in dramatic fashion. So the weather, though, for 3 weeks, what a baby gift that was.
I know.
It was just perfect.
Prime summertime.
I have one person to thank, but Jess is off today, so Keith's here, and well, I guess I'll thank you too, buddy.
You know, Jess was at Reds, I think, waiting for a lobster roll. Last I saw a picture. She's trying to get a name on that sign. Trying to be on with the Tom Cruise, and there's a sign with that in there. Yeah, beautiful today, right? Temperatures in the 70s for highs, mid-70s in Lewiston and Augusta. In Bangor at 78 officially. Current temperatures not a whole lot different than that, sitting around 70 or so. 72 in Lewiston and 76 in Augusta. Dew points, not bad at all. We're in the 50s for most of us, and we'll kind of eke back up there tomorrow, and then we'll actually be pretty humid on Wednesday with some showers and thunderstorms. It's been hard for us this season, this summer though, to keep humidity down for more than a day, and we've done that. Obviously, yesterday wasn't that humid. It was humid on Saturday. Visible satellite popcorn clouds here, cumulus clouds just popping up, and nothing really going on underneath those. So partly cloudy tonight. Tomorrow I think is a little cloudier than today, and temperatures only around 70 or so for a high after starting in the 50s and even some 40s across northern Maine. So it'll feel a little coolish tomorrow. Then the humidity creeps in on Tuesday night. Showers and storms rumble through on Wednesday, and could see a couple of stronger storms there. After that, I think you're going to like the pattern for Thursday and into the weekend. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
This is Sarah Emerson reporting live from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, where I am at the Little League World Series with my family. We just watched the New England team wrap up a game with Australia, and currently waiting for our friend Troy from Herman, Maine, who is umpiring the 3 o'clock game tonight and the 8 o'clock game tonight here.
At third base from Herman, Maine, Troy Lair.
Oh, Troy!
So between stadiums here, we've got families buzzing around in the family zone. ESPN Sports Center is right behind me. Lots to do, super fun atmosphere here. Kids sledding down the hill, enjoying what Little League Baseball is all about. Having fun.
That is Maine's Sarah Emerson hanging out at the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Sarah was featured on Now a couple months ago when she completed her cancer treatment and let us come along for her final day and ringing of the bell. Thanks for sending on those pictures and videos. Looks like an absolutely amazing time.
What a great experience.
Yeah.
All right, Maine students and teachers are getting ready to go back to school within the next few weeks and starting a new year after one highlighted by student voices capturing national attention, especially after that shooting in Parkland, Florida.
Those students actually went back to school last week, and some big changes were made over the summer. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School underwent a multi-million-dollar security upgrade, including more security cameras, a new fence surrounding the campus, and 15 extra security staff members.
After the shooting that left 17 dead, students from Florida to Maine held marches and rallies vocalizing what they say needs to be done to prevent this from happening again. And the discussion surrounding mental health was a large part of that. A local high school freshman tackled the topic for a school project. Della Huntley says her research led to more than numerical findings. It started a conversation for change.
I still don't have a crystal clear idea. I'm not a health teacher or an expert in mental health.
15-year-old Della Huntley is going into her sophomore year at Baxter Academy in Portland.
I wanted to learn about how mental illnesses affected how teens learned.
Mental health, the focus of a social studies project her freshman year. The popularity of the controversial show 13 Reasons Why and real conversations with her peers fueled her interest.
It's not fun for anyone who has a mental illness to kind of see it shown in a way that is, beautiful.
She looked at the numbers. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 20% of youth ages 13 to 18 live with a mental health condition, and suicide is the third leading cause of death in youth ages 10 to 24. Then, in a survey of her peers, Huntley found 80% said they know someone, a friend or family member, who has a mental illness.
And of course, there could be some overlap. Some people could be citing the same friends, but it was still such a large amount that I thought it was really important to kind of bring up and talk about more, even just in my school.
Some of her findings were published in a letter to the editor in the local paper, which caught our attention. But long before that, she already had the attention of her teachers.
It feels really good.
Who she says are talking with her about how to better address mental health in the classroom. Maine's teachers are mandated to follow standards for health and physical education. Under those standards, mental health is mentioned, but grouped with physical, social, and emotional health. In recent weeks, New York and Virginia became the first two states to adopt laws to mandate mental health education in public schools.
I would like there to be more standards in place for elementary through high school in Maine that require schools to talk about mental illnesses with their students.
According to the Maine Department of Education, it takes about a year to update its standards, and the department is currently in the process of updating the standards for social studies, science, and technology. A Southern Maine Community College student, meanwhile, is organizing an on-campus protest tonight over mold in a dormitory and feels the college is lacking transparency on the issue. It's a story we first brought you on News Center Maine last night. SMCC staff evacuated Spring Point Residence Hall Sunday because of that mold.
Now, some of the students are saying that the mold has been there for days now, and even weeks. The administration says it acted really quickly, evacuating students and testing the mold as soon as they found out. SMCC says that it will update with test results and plans on what they'll do with the students who are scheduled to move in on Friday. They'll have those plans shortly. The dorm does house about 320 students, and again, move-in day is coming up. We'll have the latest and more on this story coming up in our next half hour. All right, who wants to go to college for free?
If I could do it over again, that would be awesome.
Right? Okay, so last week, New York University announced that all current and future med school students will have their tuition bill of just over $55,000 per year waived.
Wow. Now, because med school is so expensive, NYU is finding its graduates choose more lucrative specialties, and which has created a need for doctors who serve more of the public. But what about other occupations that need help? Law enforcement agencies across the nation and here in Maine are shorthanded, and if something like debt forgiveness could be offered to people interested in that field, the candidate pool could be a lot deeper. South Portland Police Chief Ed Guggens thinks it's a concept that certainly warrants consideration.
Very few folks that we hire now come to us with just a GED or high school education. Almost all have at least a 2-year degree, and most of the officers we've hired recently have got at least a 4-year degree. And we've seen some pretty staggering figures of college loans that young people have waiting for them to be paid to get their degree. So again, this could be a good model to follow for law enforcement.
And as we mentioned earlier, it is move-in week across the country for people who are going back to school. And so we're going to help show you what's been going on millennial style.
I love it. All right, here's a look at Snap Maps, and we're taking a look at what the college move-in looks like in real time through people's Snapchats. This one is, do we know where this one is?
Grand Canyon University.
Wow.
In Arizona. Today was move-in day for them. So each day this week we'll take a look at a different Snap Map college move-in day. Of course, we'll be including the schools in Maine. There are a few that will be moving in this week. So this is what's going on in Arizona today. You can see short sleeves, lots of shorts, lots of excitement, lots of heat.
They're all wearing the same t-shirt too. Gotta love it.
Yeah, they must be part of the welcoming committee there, because you know that the new coming freshmen have no idea what's going on right now.
Right, or they very well could be preseason athletes who get roped into helping to help other students move in. I know from experience, I had to do just that.
Whoever they are, the freshmen are definitely freaking.
You think?
Either way, the freshmen are freaking.
Yeah,
come on,
you have a freshman moving in pretty soon.
As soon as the dorm is ready. Okay, coming up later on in the show, we'll discover a new feature that Netflix has that is making a lot of its users actually pretty angry.
And after the break, we find out how long a woman had to tread water to survive falling off a cruise ship. Look who's back!
What's up? Tina does not miss move-in week. What's up, Leo? Marcus, still in Brazil. What's going on, brother?
I don't miss move-in week either.
Paul, no. I had no idea that Baby Finn was going to be coming when he did, how he did. Aww. Yeah, that was something. What's up, Big Fred?
I will say, hearing the story in person is wild.
Yeah, we had to edit some of the made for TV moments, and you got the real story, the raw story. A little coolish does sound great.
Ooh, it sounds really nice in Stonington today. 74 degrees with a light breeze.
Katie, do you have your FB? No, she does not. Joe, you're right. I mean getting good grades and scholarships does help, but you know, New York University is obviously one of the premier med schools in the world, and they only have an acceptance rate of 6% of the people who apply actually get in. So it's a very elite group that gets to go there. And because it's so expensive, they're finding that their graduates don't want to do general medicine because they don't make enough money to pay off all of that student debt. So they're all going into specialized medicine, which pays more, which is fine, but there aren't enough people going into general medicine to help the general public, and they wanted to change that. So listen, a place like NYU to offer free tuition sounds amazing, right? But they also have just this ginormous endowment that covers the cost of what they're not going to get, tuition. So schools clearly can't just give their stuff away for free, because then they'd have to close. NYU can take a hit like that, and it's not that big of a deal.
It's interesting. Do you remember I interviewed the relative of a Parkland shooting victim who lives in Rockland, or not Rockland? I'm blanking on the name of the town right now. It's on the mid-coast. Where the Lobster Festival is. Why am I blanking on this?
The Lobster Festival is in Rockland?
It is in Rockland?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why am I like... Oh, maybe I thought I said Rockport. Rockland.
No, it's in Rockland.
So, thank you guys. So she lives there, and she's a psychiatrist, and she was talking about mental health, something I'm talking about today, and how there's a need for more mental health professionals to help children, and some financial incentives could help, and this is one way that could help. Okay, one of the pioneers of the Me Too movement is in some trouble of her own, reportedly paying off an actor accusing her of sexual assault.
According to a New York Times report, Italian actress Asia Argento settled a complaint filed by actor and musician Jimmy Bennett. He alleges that she assaulted him in a California hotel room back in 2013 when he was just 17 years old. Argento was one of the pioneers of the Me Too movement when she told the New Yorker last October that movie mogul Harvey Weinstein sexually assaulted her at a hotel in France in the late 1990s.
And speaking of allegations of sexual misconduct, Academy Award winner and actor Kevin Spacey made his return to the big screen, but from the looks of it, it wasn't so big.
Yeah, over the weekend, Spacey's new leading role in the drama Billionaire Boys Club only brought in, get this, $618. What? That's like one ticket from viewings in 11 cities. This is according to Vanity.com. Spacey faces multiple sexual allegations that led to him being fired from his leading role in House of Cards this past year.
All right, this is something I really don't know if I would know the answer to, but what's the longest time you've ever had to tread water?
Had to?
Yeah.
I've never had to. I've chosen to,
exactly.
And it's not fun. Hopefully for all of you, it's really not as long as British woman Kay Longstaff had to do this weekend. She fell off of a cruise ship in the Adriatic Sea and had to tread water for 10 hours before being found by the Croatian Coast Guard. My goodness.
Right. The captain of the ship that rescued her says it was a miracle she survived. During her experience, Longstaff reportedly floated, singing the whole time so that her body temperature wouldn't fall and to stay awake. Wow.
Okay, this is a crime caper that is really second to none. A bird feeder thief caught in the act in Arundel over the weekend. We've got the footage of the crime coming up.
And taking a look at the board, Keith has something cooking. We'll find out after the break.
Oh my lordy Lou. Hey, Grandpa Bob Aboy, I think.
99?
Happy 99th birthday. That is awesome.
That is so great. Woohoo!
That's a great number. I'm almost there. I'm coming, Grandpa Bob. Who says I look like I'm aging? That's awesome.
Kevin, you're right. These are definitely some of the themes. I know we kind of all have them crammed into one show today, but you're right. They are themes that we talk about quite often.
Robert says, I came back to work so I could get rest. There is truth to that. Thank you, Derek. Craig says, I look like I'm aging. Thank you. What's up, Tess? And Tina, thank you very much. Maddie says, hi, Maddie. Miss you.
Is that your niece?
Yeah, my goddaughter.
Aww.
My goddaughter.
So, yeah.
Peter DeSimon, what's up, my friend? He's a legend. Pete
So you
DeSimon's
say
a
like
legend.
you've never had to tread water. You've tread water because you wanted to.
Well, right. I mean, you only would have to do it if something bad has happened to you and you're waiting.
Or I raise the point, if you play for water polo or if you're a swimming athlete.
But you're still choosing that.
Yeah, but your coach is making you tread water.
Well,
Sometimes holding things over water.
If you have to pass a swimming test to advance to the next level, you have to tread water.
Right.
But you choose to take that test.
That's true. But I had a producer who played water polo, and her coach used to make them tread water while holding a chair, and they had to keep the chair above the water.
Water polo is like the hardest sport.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
you have to have the best cardio of all time.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there's no way.
We played intramural in college, and I felt like I wanted to throw up at the end of the game. It's crazy.
Wild. Would you say Du Bois or Du Bois?
Yes.
I believe that should be O-I-S. If I had to guess, I would say it's spelled wrong.
Do you pronounce the S?
I'd say Du Bois.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Or Du Bois?
Well, because it'd have to be Du Bois because it's the family name. Like the Millses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just say it with confidence.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
You got it.
All right, y'all know we love animals on this show. We have had a moose posing for yoga in Waldoboro. We've shown you an emu on the loose in Lisbon Falls. And now we've got a furry bandit trying to pick the pocket of a family in Arundel.
Over the weekend, the Du Bois were startled by this black bear attempting to swipe a bird feeder on their property. The family, the bear, has been busy believing that it was the culprit in another bird feeder that went missing. Mr. Du Bois snagged this footage, which seemed to have scared the black bear away.
He is smarter than the average bear. He's Lindsay doesn't know what I'm talking about.
The rest of this newsroom's too young.
Keith knows what I'm talking about. Lindsay doesn't know.
Sorry.
This is interesting.
It's Yogi Bear.
Okay.
Just Google it.
I saw my first black bear this weekend as well. That was kind of, I wasn't at our house. We saw it in New Hampshire. Yeah.
No kidding.
And I had never seen one like outside of a zoo setting before. He was a big dude too.
Were you really close to it?
Decent distance, but I mean, it was like running, so you weren't like startled by it. But
made you look medium.
Yeah, I was like, probably wouldn't win this fist fight.
No. Get back in the car.
In the meantime, they're very nice creatures in general. They get bird feeders and stuff. What's that face for, Lee? What's that face for?
I missed you, man. I missed you.
I know. It just hasn't been the same without you. All right. Beautiful day out there. Temperatures in the 70s right now. Wisconsin at 72, 65 in the water right now, going back and forth. We were up to almost 70 last week, but it's been swelling back and forth. Dew points in the 50s to right around 60. As I mentioned before, man, what a hard time we've had this summer keeping dew points down for any extended period of time. Even when you get a cold front through and the winds turn northwest, it seems like we've only bought one day at a time. Well, it was relatively dry yesterday, dry again today, and then we'll start creeping back up tomorrow and certainly into Wednesday. Visible satellite pretty clean, had those cumulus clouds popping up. We'll see more of those tomorrow, but they're fair weather clouds, not going to be any precipitation underneath them, just a couple of clouds popping around. Hour by hour forecast showing you partly cloudy to mostly clear conditions tonight. Temperatures drop into the 50s and even some 40s by early tomorrow morning, so it'll be on the coolish side. And I think tomorrow is a little bit cloudy today and a little bit cooler as well, with temperatures in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees, at times going mostly cloudy. And then clouds really stream in tomorrow night with a couple of showers after midnight. And Wednesday is by far the worst day of the work week, probably the week in general, with showers and thunderstorms through the day, higher humidity and temperatures in the 70s, but things clear out on Wednesday afternoon. And after that, we drop into a nice stretch of weather Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably Sunday. Sunday's kind of up in the air still, but we get at least the first half of the weekend under a big ridge of high pressure. So Thursday and Friday are gorgeous. Saturday's really nice. And then again, we'll watch Sunday afternoon perhaps for a few showers, but my feeling is that the weekend will be nice, nicer than this last weekend was. All right, dew point trend here, and people want to know this summer because it's been very important. We're trending back up for Wednesday. I got to change these. Oh no, wait, did I do this already? Did Ryan do this? Well, whatever, it worked out fine. I don't know who did it. I put numbers in. I don't remember changing the bars, but it seems like they're almost right. The sticky one should be in a different. Ryan changed them. See. That's what happened. Ryan's got my back. He also went back with this, which is we are now in the #1 spot for the most humid days, 70 dew point or above. We got to #1, so now the question is, how much are we going to pad that lead? And does anybody but us care? That's the real question. Does anybody but the weather office care? It's just a way to quantify how humid it's been. All right, great stretch of weather Thursday, Friday. Again, Saturday looks good. Sunday, clouds increase, couple of showers Sunday night and into Monday. But overall, a nice stretch of weather. And we rolled out the red carpet for Lee to come back for paternity leave. For now, at least, till the next one.
Yeah. It's not happening again.
Am I supposed to be over there?
You sure it's really not going to happen?
I thought I wasn't supposed to be here.
We are on, just so everybody's clear, our fourth last child. So
right. Fourth last child.
You already told me 8 was your lucky number, so the smart money is going all in.
You know what? Katie's coming, and we need to hear from her.
Okay. We do. Our digital diva.
Shh.
All right, thanks, guys. You know what really gets me? When you pay for a service because of a certain perk, and then they pull that perk out from under you, and you're just like, hello? Now, if you've binged some Netflix lately, you know where I'm going with this. Netflix started doing this thing where they run promos in between episodes. They started testing it out over the weekend, and as you can probably guess, it's not flying with people who are paying for an ad-free experience. Now, for what it's worth, This is still technically ad-free, but forced trailers kind of feel like commercials. And Twitter users are saying it's the same promo over and over and over. Now, in a statement, Netflix told the website The Verge they are testing out recommendations and seeing if it helps viewers find shows they will enjoy faster. Okay, well, Brianna says the point of watching shows on Netflix is so she can watch 10,000 episodes of shows uninterrupted. These trailers playing in between episodes are just really killing it for me. I hate it. Now, another user has no problem dropping the service like a bad habit. They say, the thing is, I have no loyalty to Netflix. If they're going to change away from the business model I am paying to support, I'll no longer pay to support them. There's plenty of competition in this market, so switching isn't all that hard, which is a valid point. Now, Asa says if Netflix starts putting ads in between videos, I'm pirating again. Something we don't recommend, obviously. I felt it coming, she says. It starts with an inch, then they will take a mile. We'll start with show ads in between episodes, and then in the middle of the show, like in TV. Now, Asa's not alone in that prediction. A lot of people felt it was only a matter of time until streaming services kind of went down this road. So we'll see if Netflix sticks with this experiment, guys.
Thank you very much.
I went into a Netflix hole this weekend. Did I ever? Dark Tourist. It's so good.
Did you come out?
Yeah, I'm here.
That's good to see you. All right, more coming up tonight on News Center Maine at 5:30.
Amanda Hill's here with a preview. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, guys. Both the Pope and the Vatican reacting to accusations of sexual misconduct, and Mainers are now speaking out. Our Clay Gordon spoke to some of our victims in the next half hour, and local students and parents are outraged after mold is found growing inside the residence of a local college, closing that building down. What SMCC is doing to address the problem. That's all ahead on News Center at 5:30.
All right, Amanda, thanks so much. Brain drops when we come back. A big brain drops. I know, that's why he was going shh. And then it went away.
I just don't think they know. I'll just tell them.
I did tell them.
Oh, no. Cha.
Where is it? I'm not sure. I've never done one with the whiteboard. So you're like right after the show, right? Okay.
We gotta start with the beginning.
Oh, I mean, yes, I'm leaving. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was after we meet. I mean, I'll chat with these guys.
I just want to point out I watched you make this board, and it was a lot
Okay.
of artwork.
All of the do you see?
Oh, that, well.
Find out what our viewers see in this.
Yeah, that's true. You guys.
No, don't. You
guys.
La 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 la.
You guys.
Don't do it.
You were one of 7 people to walk by.
7. One
Don't
of 7.
do it.
Good.
But
Good. All right, everybody. We're going to take our voyage over to the monitors.
Kate, move-in day for SMCC is not going to happen on Friday.
Excuse me, Jeff?
At least not for that dorm. There's another dorm, and I'm assuming they will be okay, but the plans are still in the works for what will happen to the people who were scheduled to live in Spring Point, and we will have more coming up at 5:30 and 6.
You gotta be careful with that. Yeah.
Let's just leave it on, Sarah.
Put up the picture I emailed him. Hopefully he has it.
Oops. Do we have somebody right up here quickly?
Yes, we got Sam.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Ugh.
It is.
Lee, I cannot get the tablet to charge.
So you're the reason it's broken.
I don't think so.
I think we just found the
I'm
culprit.
usually really good at it.
I think we found the culprit.
Try putting the thing in and it won't. The light won't go on.
What do I get if I can make it go on?
What?
What do I get if I can do it?
You guys coming over here?
I'll help you find more story ideas. That's a pretty good offer.
Lee, you coming?
It's my fault.
Lee's not coming. Okay, today's brain drops. There he is.
This is my fault.
Today's brain drops. Over the weekend, I had to try to replace an anoid in a hot water tank, which is this rod that goes down into the middle of it. So it was on there like crazy. Got 3 guys with a wrench, couldn't get it, right? So we got a pipe, a couple feet, and we went out a couple of feet with it, and we were able to get it off. And I thought to myself, why is that? Why does it help me so much to have extra leverage here? Well, funny you should ask. I looked up the equation for torque, which is what we were applying to that nut in that case. And the R is the length of the arm of the tool, right? And notice R is in this equation. So the force being equal, I can only push so hard. The R, the length of it, as it increases the amount of torque on that particular nut. Also of note, the angle is important. So that's what this means. The sine is 90. That's when you're applying it directly perpendicular to the wrench. As you go off kilter of that, you have less and less force.
Okay.
That's what people think about when they get bolts to loosen.
But then how come I can't open a jar of peanut butter without Clay's help sometimes?
You guys continue this. News Center 5:30 starts right now.
We needed more time for that. But that's
Yeah. Hi. Speaking of, look who it is. The guy who helps me open.
I did.
Oh, say bye again.
Bye again.
Bye.